What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. This video's topic, yes, I said this video because I'm going to be doing more than one today. Excuse me. Is on the M855, or otherwise known as Green Tip 556. Are they really worth it? What's the hype around them? I'm going to go into the details, right? So, recently, Jesus, I already started fucking, damn, already messing things up. Great job, Mark. So recently, especially for people who are on TikTok, which thankfully I'm not. However, I'm on YouTube, so you see a lot of stuff from TikTok on YouTube. Uh Here, everybody's heard that little viral song, Green Tip 556, all that. Man, that's just my issue with it, all right, is that people who, talking about this shit, they just think it's cool. They don't know what, an M855 or a Green Tip 556 is, what it's made for, what it does. So let me go ahead and kind of get into that for y'all. All right. So, and before y'all argue with me, I have notes right here. I have written notes. So I know I'm not wrong. Or at least if this is mistaken, I mean, I'll go ahead and put the source down for y'all to fucking take it up with them. You know what I mean? All right. And I also wrote notes because I am not great at memorizing a lot of things. Not great at it. The M855, otherwise known as the Green Tip 556, uses a 62 grain projectile, which is a bit heavier than the standard projectile weight of 55 grains that we normally see. Now, people often they get confused when they hear this part, and think that it means that this round is armor penetrating. It is not. All right. The M855 is made from a partial steel core. Oof, Jesus. I had to readjust my pistol. Y'all ever been sitting down just like, damn, my gun's digging right into the wrong spot of my leg? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure y'all have. So, as I was saying, it is made from a partial steel core, which means that it's going to be a bit better for, I guess, some types of barriers that penetrate some types, but not really armor. Something you'll also see is the XM855. It's pretty much the same thing from my understanding. From what I understand, once again, is from my understanding, they just put the X there to denote that it was being sold to civilians originally, but we can see that's something that hasn't 100% caught on like that. So if you see the XM855, it shouldn't be any different from what I'm, getting. Now back to what I was saying, there's a very big controversy regarding this round just because, everybody thinks it's armor penetrating. It is not. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit here, read you, what I got left here on the notes, and then I'm gonna, pretty much just go into, what situations green tips would be good for. I'm gonna run it through all the situations that, obviously I can, because most firearms chambered in 556 are, SBRs, ARPs, or ARs. So it's not like we have a lot to work with here as far as concealed carry, at least. Now, while I say the green tips, as I mentioned before, they are better, at penetrating some barriers. Those barriers mainly being like thin walls, car doors, things like that. And when I say they're better, I mean they're better than your standard 55 grain projectile that, your standard 55 grain 556. Although it's just not armor piercing. There is an armor piercing 556 round. It's called the M995 or the M993, I believe. Black tip 556. That's how y'all might recognize it. Those are actually armor piercing. I can't remember what the core is made from for the life of me right now. Although I just fucking read something about it like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. Like, I like studying up on, I like studying up before I'll go ahead and just do the video. But so as we can see, it has its pros and its cons, as you can obviously tell. Something that not a lot of people like to mention is that while yes, the M855 is a bit more expensive than your standard 556 FMJ, it's not too expensive. Now, I will say, like, for example, let's say you're buying, a box of 20. It's probably 13, 14 bucks. Or, I mean, honestly, I've actually seen it range from 13 to 17, to be real. But that's from a bunch of different websites. It might depend on how much your store has. It has a lot of varying factors here. That's just the sales world. We can all agree on that. But that's not the point I'm getting at. What I'm more so leaning to is that the price range isn't. It is the price difference isn't super. It isn't a large price difference that is going to make me feel some type of way if I wanted to get some. And now I will say, if you buy in bulk too, the price obviously drops. You're going to pay less per round if you buy 50 boxes of 20 rounds compared to buying one box of 20 rounds. I think we can all agree there. So yes, green tip is going to be a bit more expensive. All right, and I will pretty much be referring to M855 as green tips for the rest of the video, just because I don't know, it feels like less work. I don't know. So as I was saying, it fucking almost broke my own rule right there. While green tips are a bit more expensive than your standard FMJs, it's not too bad. I mean, if you want to go and get, like two boxes, to have a full mag, yeah, go ahead, dude. It's your money. You're an adult. Now let's go ahead and run through the three situations realistically. Home defense, SHTF, and then animal defense. We'll call it, I guess. I've never came up with a concrete name for it. I have no clue why. I really have no good reason why, at least. If I do have a reason, it was probably just that I don't know. I'm lazy. Sometimes I'm just lazy, y'all. Like I get home from work, have a long day, and I'm like, shit. I just want to watch some YouTube. You know what I mean? And hell, I'm hoping that y'all are feeling the same way, and that's why y'all watch me. Back to what I was saying. All right. Simply, the price isn't a big deal. We're moving on to the situations. That we've seen some pros and cons here. We're going to start with home defense. Home defense, it's not the best. And here's why I say that. If, for example, where I live, the walls are pretty damn thin. All right. Uh, let's say I were to use some green tips in a home defense situation and miss, it's going to go through those walls and hit someone else. I would rather not deal with that lawsuit personally. I mean, y'all might want to deal with that. Y'all might. And if you have the money to do all that and you want to take that risk, by all means, do what you want, bro. However, I don't want to. That's just me personally. Y'all can disagree, but hey, I'm not a big fan of just being around the court system overall. Whether it's me suing somebody, me getting sued, whatever, I'm not a big fan of any of it. And no, no one has sued me. But we can all admit the thought of being sued doesn't sound fun. Sorry, I had to get some nicotine in me. It takes a lot of setting up to get these videos ready for me to get them going. And y'all know what the deal is. So, as I was saying, just for the simple fact that you're worrying about over penetrating, it's not the best idea to have green tip 556 running through your home defense weapon. Trying to think if there really is any pros to it. I mean, not really, because realistically speaking, I'm not even 100% sure. I should have went and seen some ballistics on what would it do normally just to the human body. Should have did that before I watched this video. Sorry, y'all. Once again, it takes a lot of setting up, and sometimes I just don't come fully prepared. However, what I can say is that if there's a good chance of it going through a wall and hitting someone else, there's probably a good chance of it going through some slinky little fucking robber. That's just the truth. All right. And for all of y'all who are going to argue, but the colored pencil bullets, because I've seen 10 fucking people make this argument against me, like that is even an argument. So the fuck what? Do you want a cookie that, you think your bullets look like fucking colored pencils? Come on, man. You're not fucking special. Let's be real here. So, with that being the case, we're going to move on from home defense because I'm not seeing too many pros for it. It's not doing too great as an option. All right. SHTF. Honestly, yeah, I can say it's okay. And here's why I say that. You're not really going to give in a real shit hits the fan situation where it's a mass state of, a mass state of lawlessness, right? There's, it's riots all the time. Well, not riots all the time. That happened, and we didn't have to worry about it being a shit the fan thing. But I mean, just society. Sorry, y'all. Fucking facial hair is really fucking with me. Got to get it trimmed up. Society collapses. That's more so what I mean. Our society collapses. We're just in the apocalypse, essentially. I, I don't give a shit what ammo I use as long as it runs and does what I need it to do. You see what I mean? In that situation, stop itching yourself. I know she heard me. I don't know if y'all could hear her, but see, yeah, yeah, you got caught. Get out of here. You're ruining the video. You're just being rude at this point. Yep, yep, yep. All right. So as I was saying, I think it would do an okay job considering I don't care what is gonna what ammo I use as long as it runs and does what I need it to do. So yeah, we can give that a pass, I guess. So as y'all can see, there's really not much where it truly shines in in these situations. I can say in SHTF that if you're not really worried about going through walls and hitting someone else unless it's your comrades that are on the other side. That's it, so that's the truth. Uh, Animal defense, I can honestly say this would do a good job. Here's why. Of course, it's gonna stop any of the smaller animals that I bring up. Wolves, coyotes, aggressive dogs, whatever. It will probably stop a bear. I have good faith that it'll stop a bear. Yeah, I have good faith it'll stop a bear. I also have good faith that it would stop an alligator. So it does a pretty good job for animal defense. I will say that. That it definitely does shine on. So maybe that's just what Obviously, I know that's not what it was made for, but goddamn, maybe that's just what it's really best for. Who knows? All right, but we're obviously not going to be concealed carrying many firearms that are chambered in 5.56, and I mean really concealed carrying, not backpack carrying. Because I know there are foldable AR pistols and AR-15s. I know this. I know. But that's not what we're talking about. So overall, it low-key got like a it's fucked up to say, but on a scale of 1 to 10, this probably landed right in the middle of a half. It's like you don't really need it. It's the hype around it, I think, is mainly just people following trends. As I said, like it's not something that it's just hype. That's all it is. There's nothing super special about it. I mean, it can be helpful for a couple of situations that your standard 55 grand FMJ wouldn't be able to do. Sure. Other than that, it's not super special. It's similar to how people are with the blue tip 5.7s. They think that those are just the almighty the best 5.7s there are. So I might do a video on that. Honestly, I might. Who knows? But in this video, 14 minutes of me talking about fucking one type of bullet. I think y'all are probably like, yeah, I guess he's right. Y'all are probably tired of hearing it. But y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And you even if you like green tips, if you're like me and you're like, I go and check out the podcast channel, check out Adam's channel. And you know what? I want to challenge everybody. And I'm gonna, talk about this challenge in the next couple videos as well. But challenge is for everybody who watches my channel, comment under Adam's most recent video and tell him he needs to get back to posting again. I'm sure y'all miss his videos too. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one. Of course, I'm going to tag the podcast channel and Adam's channel down below. You already know what the deal is. As I said before, make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Peace.